Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
Check on them.
Oh, me?
You know, if they get loud.
Okay. Are they loud right now?
No. Wait, yep, go check on them. Hello, hello. I am just getting started. I'm so excited to be live. It's been a while since I have been on the live with you all. So I am here on this beautiful Tuesday, and we are going to get into some masculine energy today, okay, ladies and gents? Hello, hello, ladies and gents. If you guys are not following me on my Facebook, we've been going in on Facebook, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a blonde summer all summer long. We doing 21 summers all blonde, okay? So many shades of blonde in this piece right here. So we about to have fun. But let me get into it. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your friend, your girl, Tahiri Divine. I am the student and the teacher, and today I'm coming forth with a message. We've been talking about masculine energy, or that's the message that's going to be talking about the month of June. There's been so much of my content is about the divine feminine and awakening the divine feminine, rising the divine feminine, being more confident and secure in your feminine energy. But we got to talk about this masculine energy, okay? Let's talk about this, because this is something that I have been sitting within myself. What does it mean for me about the divine masculine rising, and what I have been showing up in my life is a lot of masculine energy. Hey sis, hey, last night was fun. Oh my god, we did have fun last night. Yes. Oh my god, love you, April. And so let's talk about this masculine energy. And for me, it took me a while to really want to reconcile this, because I was associating masculine energy to men. And in my life, give you guys some background about me. I mean, I grew up in a two-parent home. My father, he has brothers. I come from a lineage of people who are married. I come from men who were firefighters, cops, army, military men, handymen, business owners, like men who built their own homes, men who do like electric mechanics, men who paint, build fences. Like, that's the stuff that my father did. So my father was very much a man. And so I didn't have an issue not knowing what a man archetype who gets shit done looks like. But what I did have issue with my father was that he was emotionally unavailable. So when I was sitting with myself to reconcile masculine energy, I was very judgmental. I'm gonna be keeping it real with y'all. I was very patriarchy did this and men are doing that, and just very not projecting. Wasn't coming from projecting, because it was very much truth to what I was speaking about, what men have done under the guise of patriarchy. So it was very truthful. But what spirit was revealing to me was like, you were associating man to divine, to divinity, and men in his state doesn't hold a candle to divinity, to what divine masculinity is. Even as I am waking up and I work with women, me associating women to divine femininity still doesn't hold a candle to what divine femininity is. And I was like, okay, let's reconjure what this idea that I have about masculinity as much as I have about femininity. So when I'm talking today, my message today, when I'm saying we're talking about the rise of divine masculine, it has nothing to do with men, and it has nothing to do with women. It has everything to do with the inner energies that we have, because that needs to be reconciled first. Not our relationships with each other. It's our relationship to how we relate to our feminine energy and how we relate to our masculine energy. And it will be externals that will play out to reflect back to you where you are. And so when I look at my encounters with men, I've had really great relationships with men, and I also had really bad relationships with men. And what I realized was, depending on what it was that what state of mind I was in, what state of consciousness I was in, I would attract male friends or male partners, or it would just be men passing by that would reflect back to me what it was that the issue I had. And my issue was boundaries. I didn't understand the concept of boundaries, because being in my feminine energy, I'm a very go with the flow, imaginative, very the ideals that we associate with feminine energy, and having to develop boundaries, having to develop discernment, having to develop taking action, in which I didn't have a problem taking action, but I was very slow to take action. And then shout out to my Mars, Aries, and retrograde, that kind of slowed a lot of things down. But what it did, it taught me was the importance of dedication, commitment, devotion. And that is what masculine energy has been for me, tapping into those traits and ideals of dedication. So when I look back over my life and look at when my father had built the fence around our home, that man was dedicated. He would wake up 5 in the morning, and I think he did this for almost a week. Woke up 5 in the morning, nobody had to tell him to do that. And he would go out there, get whatever parts he needed, get the tools, whatever he needed, measurement things, whatever, and he would build that fence. And I can remember him doing that. It was like 3 or 4 days straight, just doing that, not complaining. If he did have issues, he never brought it to us. But what I can take from that is that devotion and dedication to complete a mission. That is what masculine energy represents. Your dedication and your commitment to complete something, to see something through. And that is something that I have to learn to develop. So when I became or start tapping into entrepreneurship, that is something I had to really learn, being very concise, being very clear, and being dedicated and committed to what it was I said I wanted to see follow through. Yes, we need to dedicate a purpose to do better, and by that, inner divine masculine. That is, shout out to you, yes, the high priestess. You're so on point. I want to also give you guys a reference to I don't know if he's a sociologist, but he talks a lot about masculine and feminine energy more from the archetypical perspectives. Jordan Peterson. And in one of his speeches that he shared, he was saying with masculine energy, it needs to have a purpose. And he gave the example, like he says, like men need purpose, right? And Family Guy, where he's Family Guy, Peter was really like a shitty husband. He wasn't really whatever. He was a lug, right? But his purpose every day was to go to work to provide for his family. That was his purpose. And that was his narrow-minded purpose, right? And he was saying, well, masculine energy is very similar to that. It's very narrow-minded because it is made to be very focused on something. And I can think of another example. When me and my partner had our baby, it was like I could do 5 million things at one time with the baby, cooking, cleaning, whatever, the house be, somewhat okay with me home all day with the kids. When he's with the kids, the house is a disarray. Ain't nothing getting done. Everything's like he can't walk and chew gum and hold a baby. Okay, so understanding that masculine energy, or the way it shows up, is different, but there's similarities. And so reconciling within myself on what that looks like to me, being in my masculine. And another thing that came up was the ability to defend, that's boundaries, defending myself physically. Yes, that was something that very much I had to be more tuned in with my body, not just in my flexibility, but in my strength training. So that's something I've been working on these past few months, is building up my strength. So going into the gym and lifting weights and being more focused on arm day, leg day, core. And it has really taught me something about what it means to be committed. And now how can I adopt that philosophy into other areas of my life? And I'm being called to study more men, athletes and thinkers, and not so that I can be a man, but so that I can understand what it is that my masculine energy needs for me, so that I am not going to have to continue to seek this out in other people, if that makes sense. Because I'll just take an example for myself. I would attract these very dark individuals, and not like they were bad people, but they had a little edge to them. Let's say they had a little edge to them. And I had to really sit with myself, why am I attracted to these edgy type of individuals? And I said, because there's a part of me that is so suppressed that I'm attracting this masculine person, this male person that exemplifies the freedom I wish I had to be expressive in my own get it done energy. And so when I start to this and reconcile what I was missing in myself, I no longer had to seek that out from anybody else. And I was sharing this story on Clubhouse, and I shared this with you with my goddess sisters in classes about the dark goddesses, and one of them is the goddess Persephone. For those who don't know about Persephone's story, her name was Kor, and she's the daughter of Demeter. And Kor was the young maiden who was just frolicking in the forest or the garden or whatever, and she saw this flower. There's many different versions of the story, but I'm going to give you this condensed version here. She saw this flower, and in this flower, she was just so engulfed by the beauty and the scent of it. And Hades, which is the god of the underworld, saw her, and he was enamored by her beauty, so he decided to snatch her and kidnap her. So he set the trap of the flower to kidnap her. And in doing so, he kept her hostage in the underworld, and, he tortured her, raped her, pretty much made her his slave. And her being there, she eventually adapted, and she ended up outwitting Hades and ended up becoming the queen of the underworld. And then there would be I think the summer she'll come out to the above world, and then in the fall she'll go back to the underworld. But what that story was saying to me, or what it's relaying, is that for women, when we don't reconcile ourselves as far as being whole in ourselves, if we're just stuck in our maiden, our silly, young, frolicking, carefree self, young, bright-eyed, doughy-eyed self, and we don't incorporate real life lessons, or we don't incorporate real life structure and boundaries for ourselves, we can be usurped by the underworld and then forced into these things through pain, through trauma, and a lot of us have learned to gain our strength from trauma, and trauma has its place, but it's like we don't have to always experience our masculine energy in a traumatic way. That our masculine energy can be activated in a very much divine way that doesn't have to be associated to hurt, pain, if that makes sense there. So I take from that story, as far as when it comes to women, because this is my message, is really for women. When we talk about activating our masculine energy, it has nothing to do with men. It has nothing to do, but it does show us, if we look at our relationships with men, brothers, or whatever, people that have a dominant masculine energy, what's being reflected back to self, on what self needs to cultivate. And then when you do start to cultivate that, what starts to shift in your life? And for me, what has shifted is I am more secure to be expressive in my energy, that I don't look for a man, because I identify as heterosexual. I don't look for a man in my relationship to create safety for me, because I am safe in my being, right? Now, are there some provisions I want him to take care of? Of course. But as far as me being safe, being myself, I've created those boundaries of safety. I am able to express what it is that makes me comfortable, what it is that makes me turned on, what it is that brings me pleasure, what it is that makes me expressive. I am free to do that. So despite how this person may feel, I'm going to be me. And I'm going to give this in one example. I had this picture last year. I shaved my head, and I had posted it on my Twitter, and some random come on and saying, ain't no man gonna want no bald-headed masculine woman. And I was almost going to get offended by it, but what came to me was like, you know what? My style of femininity, my style of beauty is not predicated to what somebody else may believe or think. And if you don't rock with my style of beauty and my style of femininity, that is totally cool. Let's not suffer each other, and let's go our separate ways, okay? So it's like getting out of the need to have to prove why I'm good enough, or prove how feminine I am, or prove, I'm not here to get approval from nobody, right? I stand firm on what it is and who I am. And I think that's what makes it beautiful. So when we start to have our purpose and we become focused and driven and dedicated and committed to it, that part there creates more space for the creativity, for the expression, for our intuition to be in flow, and allowing intuition and discernment to work hand in hand with each other, so that our choices and our lives are created the way we desire. Okay, I hope y'all got that. Okay, tell me how you guys are feeling in the chat. I see you guys are coming in. Hello, Dixie Crystal. Hello, Cartel Black Sky. Hello, let's see, Keisha Jordan. Hello, my sister. Hey, Francis. Hey. I have seen you guys coming in. Hello, Jaleisha. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, as you guys are going to be, if you guys want to come in the comment section, I do want to give some announcements. If you guys are not following my mailing list, please make sure you get on my mailing list. Go to the website, tahiridivine.com. All the links is in my bio. Get on my mailing list so that you guys are kept up to date what's going on. Few more announcements I have. If you guys don't know, I am going to be hosting next week a 3-day free event, a free 3-day event called the Divine Yoni Art Fest. So if you are interested in learning more about your feminine energy, about your vagina, your yoni, and just celebrating, this is really what it's about. It's about celebrating your yoni. We'll be painting our yoni, drawing it, talking about it, having discussions about the yoni. I have a few guest speakers that are going to be coming in that are in this realm about really being in tune with that part and celebrating this part of ourselves and not being ashamed. There are so many women that have never taken time to look at their vagina and put a mirror to it, to look at it, to admire it. There's so much shame that it comes when it comes to a lot to our own body. And so I know one of my missions is for me to be comfortable in mine, and then to spread this love that I have for myself so that other women and men too, but for other people to embrace and embody the uniqueness and beauty of what they carry, because the word yoni is actually a Sanskrit word that means throne. So your womb, your throne, your yoni, your vagina, your portal, your vulva is a majestic, it is a beautiful centerpiece of what you are, of your creation, and not just creation of children. Let's get it straight. Our yonis do more than just create children. It is a magnetizer. It magnetizes. We are magnetic beings, and when we are focused and are able to tap into that sexual energy, that creative energy, that expression, not so much in the act of sex, but that's one way you can do it too. But when you are truly tapped into that, you are so free in expressing yourself and your creativity and having your beingship. And so I am here to help women be comfortable in these areas. So if you're interested in coming with us, we'll be doing a lot of art, sharing some art, and just discussing, sharing, healing, and having just a good old time for 3 days next week. Please definitely come. The link for the registration is in my bio. So if you guys are interested in the Yoni Fest, the Art Fest for next week, I'd love to see you guys there. Yay! Awesome. Yes, that's the latest blog pic. Oh, yay. Awesome. The high priest. Yeah, girl, I got to get caught up on your podcast, honey. I got to get caught up because you are just dropping them gems. Okay. Dropping gems. Hey, Comfy, my love. Hello, hello. Another announcement. Ladies. In my links too, I do have a questionnaire in there. And the questionnaire is the sexually liberated woman, and it's just a few questions. I'm doing a poll, me and another young lady by the name of Dawn from Sweet Nothings, who will be at the Global Fest next week. We're co-collaborating on a sex workshop in August, but we want to put this questionnaire out to get more feedback from the women on how do you ladies really feel about your sex, your sexuality, your body, orgasms, all of those fun things. So if you guys are interested and want to help us, and even interested in learning more about this event that we have coming up in August, more information is coming as the weeks get closer, but definitely go into my link in the bio and please complete the questionnaire. I would so appreciate that, to learn from you guys on what it is that I can bring to you all on because I'm coming up and sharing my personal journey, which I have no problem doing that, because that's what I feel like my journey here is for us to share. But I also want to make sure that I'm giving you all content and information that's very prescribed for what you may need. And so, and if I don't have the resources, one thing about me, I know how to find somebody who do, okay? So we here for that. So yes, if you guys are interested in being part of that questionnaire, please go into the links in my bio. Also, to sign up for the Global Yoni Art Fest is in my bio as well. So y'all could just connect with the sister, connect with me, okay? Oh, I love it. I'll take it. Oh, thank you, Comfy. Yay, yay. But let's recap anything that I've brought up that made you guys want to if you guys want to come on, jump on the live with me, I'm available today. Today I got time, cuz. Definitely come in. You can send your request in. I am here for you all. But yes. But ladies and gents, are you guys loving this blonde hair right now? So I'm platinum today. I think I might be honey blonde tomorrow. I'm not sure. I bought a few extra colors, so I'm gonna have fun. I'm just so excited about this summer. So many things are coming together. I can't talk on everything yet because we're still working some details out, but I'm excited. I will say I'm gonna be doing some tours this summer. I'm gonna be jumping to different cities this summer. So shout out to DC, shout out to Dallas, shout out to Las Vegas, shout out to my new home, Phoenix. Where we else going? Miami. So I'm getting some dates established this summer for a tour, but we're getting the details worked out. So when I get the details with the next week or so, I'm so excited to tell you guys. But if you guys are on my mailing list, let me tell you something. If you're on my mailing list, you gonna get the details soon. Because hey, one thing I like as membership has is perks. Okay, you get the first hand information, you get the first discount information, you get it all when you on that membership. So yeah, make sure y'all join my Divine Tribe so that we can get it on and popping and stay connected. And if you guys want me to come to your city, then definitely request it, and I will see about coming to y'all cities. Because we still working on Atlanta, I think Chicago. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, this is gonna be my most traveling summer ever. Like, I have never been to a lot of these cities, so I'm excited. But yes. But alrighty, I'm gonna get ready to log off. If you guys don't have any questions or don't have anything else for me, I will come back later in the week. Y'all know your sister's working on her doctoral degree, getting her minister license. So we working on some things. So I got to make sure I'm staying focused and dedicated to my mission. Okay. But yes, so this is a recap. This is Tahiri Divine. Thank you all for tuning in with me. You can find me on all social sites as Tahiri Divine. Just know I'm working on a few projects this month. For the month of June, we'll be talking about divine masculine energy. So I'll be coming with more content within this month about divine masculine energy. As well, sexual liberation is one of my passions as it pertains to women being sexually liberated. So I have a questionnaire that's in my description, in my bio. If you ladies please would go to there and fill it out, and just to share some information about yourself, sexuality, how you feel. I'm trying to gather more information on what it is that you all are feeling and how I can make sure I'm curating my content that is answering the pain points or the inquiries that you have, right? And as you guys do that, it will open up more of my own journey that I can share with you all and bring in other people as resources, additional resources to get you what you need, because I'm about total freedom. Okay, so if you need it, let me get you there. Okay. And then another thing is that I'll be having this sexual liberation workshop. So the questionnaire is actually going to be in tandem with the workshop, so that me and Dawn from Sweet Nothings Co. can actually know how to specifically curate our messages for you all. So I'm excited. So yes, a lot of things coming up. Next week is the Global Yoni Art Fest. If you guys are interested in just chit-chatting, painting yonis and talking and healing and dealing, then yes, that's what we'll be doing next week, a free event. So that is all I have. I love you all. You guys can find me again on social media. I'll be right here. Until next time. Bye, y'all.